So welcome to the replay. Today we are talking about decluttering outside toys and seasonal clothes, specifically snow gear, because it's coming up on winter and I've had some questions about this, like what do I actually need? What do I not need? And I'm going to tell you some truths about the type of snow gear that we used to have when we were living in Alaska, land of winter. And even back then, before we had decluttered our whole entire house, we really didn't have a whole lot of like extra clothes. Like it just wasn't a thing. And we really didn't have that many outside toys either. So I'm going to give you some kind of like tips and tricks for this. Hey, Danielle. Danielle's from Alaska. Hey, Felicia. Hey, I think Felicia's with James, which is funny. They are, he's at their office today, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so let's talk about how to simplify and declutter your outside toys. Kaylee, I'm doing this downstairs today. Hopefully it'll keep Kaylee a lot happier. How to declutter your outside toys. So maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but this is going to be whiny, so hang on a second. Maybe this is an unpopular opinion and maybe you guys don't agree, which is okay. You don't have to agree with the things that I'm going to tell you, but this is how we do it. And if you are overwhelmed by your outside toys, if you are overwhelmed by how many seasonal and snow clothes you have, take some of these tips, make them your own, and simplify it. Okay, so when it comes to outside toys, guys, this is kind of my belief. Outside is the toy, okay? You don't need to send your kids outside and give them a million toys to play with. Outside, being in nature, that is the toy for them, okay? They don't need a whole lot of extra stuff. So I'm not saying that we don't have any toys, okay? Because we do. We do have toys that my kids play with outside, but it's not complicated. It's not a lot. I have a laundry basket, like one of the biggest size laundry baskets that we keep all of the toys in, and that's it, okay? So we have balls, we have jump ropes, and hula hoops. That's it. It's simple. Kaylee's trying to eat the dog treats, hang on. It's simple, and they play for hours out there, okay? My kids last night didn't come inside until I made them come inside at 8 o'clock, and it was getting cold, and I was like, you guys are being kind of loud. And everybody's going to sleep. So outside is the toy. The types of toys that they need for outdoors are things that they can make games with, things that they can move their body with, things that they can practice their gross motor skills with, like balls, jump ropes, hula hoops, or any other kind of sports that they like. Okay, so they have all kinds of balls. They have basketballs. We did get a basketball hoop for them so that they can do sports and play games, and they have cones, and they use the cones to create obstacle courses or football end zones or soccer fields in the backyard. We don't really have any racket games because they're not interested in it. We've had them before and they never play with it. Yeah, and like I said at the beginning, Ashley, it's not, you don't have to like only give them balls, but just give them whatever it is that they play with out there. Like, my kids aren't into racket sports and they're not into trucks, but if your kids are into trucks, give them the trucks. Just don't think that you have to have like every single kind of outdoor toy that there is in order for them to enjoy being outside. Because like I said, outside really is the toy. Being in nature is what inspires play and active play. So for us, it looks like balls, jump ropes, and hula hoops. When it comes to riding toys, and this is what I'm going to tell you guys too, my kids don't have bikes, okay? And as a mom, that was kind of a hard pill to swallow. They've had bikes in the past, pretty much their entire life up until we moved to Idaho and we got rid of the bikes that they had in Florida because they never rode them. They didn't enjoy it. They didn't have fun with it. They just didn't use them. And neither do my husband and I. We don't like riding bikes. We don't do it. We've had bikes. We've even gotten like the little pull behind trailers because we're like, maybe we will go on bike rides if we can pull them behind us in the trailer, and we just don't like it. So we don't have bikes. Okay. And I know it seems like a horrible thing. Like, what kind of person doesn't have bikes? Every kid should have a bike. If your kids like bikes and they like riding bikes and you like riding bikes, as a family, have bikes. But we've kind of just accepted we're not a bike family. We're never going to be a bike family. So we got rid of our bikes and we don't have bikes anymore. And it's totally fine. What we do have are rollerblades. Okay, I've posted a lot of videos about my kids going out and rollerblading because they love to rollerblade. They will do it pretty much every day after school. The first thing they want to do is put on their rollerblades and go play outside. I am anti-bike for myself. I've got 15 stitches in 2 places. No thanks. Yeah, Danielle, it just isn't my thing. I don't enjoy it. We do love rollerblading. So my kids rollerblade like 4 to 5 times a week. And we rollerblade with them because we enjoy rollerblading. I don't know why. That's just who we are. So don't feel like you have to have every type of riding toy for your kids. Don't think that you have to have a bike for your kids if they don't enjoy riding it or they've never used it. It's okay. You don't have to have these things. Like I said, we have rollerblades and my kids do like scooters. So they have little razor scooters and they have ridden scooters consistently their entire lives. We got them when they were like 2 and 4 and they ride their scooters all the time. So they like scooters and they like rollerblades. They don't like bikes. That's okay. You don't have to have bikes. Now, the other thing that we always buy them, and my husband might buy one for Kaylee in the future, I'm kind of crossing my fingers that he doesn't, are things like Power Wheels, okay? It's like the status symbol thing to buy your kid a Power Wheels, to get them their own little sports car, and it's so cute. And for us, we did that. My husband even hand-painted, he bought some, hand-painted and custom painted them yellow with racing stripes and put their name decals on the back of it. So it was super cool. It was like $500 for those 2 little sports cars, and they rode them a handful of times. And they sat in the garage, really expensive, so we never wanted to get rid of them, and we had customized them with their names. So we couldn't exactly like sell them to any kid on the street because their name isn't Bree or Derek. But Power Wheels are something that I think we feel like we have to get them, or like it's this like rite of passage to get a Power Wheels. And then our kids never used them. Okay, we had one in Alaska. It was used maybe 2 or 3 times. Then we moved to Florida and got them again. And guess what? Same thing. We had a yard that they could have driven them around in, and they just weren't interested in it. They didn't like it. So I'm like, why do we buy Power Wheels? Like, why do we feel like we need to go buy Power Wheels? Because it's like the biggest thing on the shelf. It's like the coolest thing out there. And my kids don't use them. So I'm not going to buy them anymore. I'm not saying that my husband might. My husband still might buy Kaylee one because he's like, oh man, they have an RV Power Wheels. It's like a Barbie dream house Power Wheels. It's like this big giant RV. And I'm like, fantastic. Like, I'm going to buy it and it's going to sit there not getting driven. But you don't have to have these kinds of things to be outside. Like I said, my kids play the most in-depth, the most creative, the most active type things with less toys. We have one laundry basket, balls, jump ropes, hula hoops, scooters, rollerblades, and cones. And it's all of these things that they can kind of manipulate and turn into fun outside games. We've never had like a play set, just because we move so much that it's a really big giant pain to move. So we don't have a play set. I think play sets like a swing or a slide can be fun if you have those, but not required. Like, don't feel like you have to go out and do that. You don't have to go out and buy those things for your kids to enjoy playing outside. Outside is the toy. Okay. So now let's talk about seasonal clothes, because I've had a lot of people talk about seasonal clothes as well. And I'm just going to tell you guys how I do it. I'm not telling you what to do or how to do it. I'm just telling you that if you're overwhelmed by the amount of outside clothes that you have, if you're sick and tired of never knowing where the other glove is, if you're sick and tired of wondering where the hat is or the boots or the whatever, if you're sick of that, listen to the system that I have. And I can tell you this because I did this in Alaska, where winter is like 9 out of 12 of the months, okay? And we have to have outside gear. We have to have cold weather gear. And we didn't have a lot, okay? I never lost gloves. I never lost hats because we had one set per kid. And that's really all you need. So the way that I did it was I would get them the kind with the zip in and out fleece so that they could use it for the different weathers. They could use it as we transitioned from summer to fall, winter to spring. In Alaska, that's a really big deal because they're basically all the same. But that's what I do here in Idaho too, where we have basically an even 4 seasons, and that zip in and out fleece is their everyday one. I let them pick whatever kind of color it is that they want, because I think it's important to let my kids, for their ages, especially like 3 and up, when they start having opinions on their colors and everything, to pick out the type that they want. But then I feel good about it knowing that when it gets hotter and colder, they can zip those out and have everything that they need for the seasons without me having to figure out and manage, because I'm the one that has to manage all the clothes for everybody. I don't want 5 jackets per kid to manage. I don't want that. So the zip in and out one, because they go together, it's easy to keep track of. And then they have like a nicer one that they can use for when we have to like go out to dinner, or I know a lot of people go to church. Do only certain brands sell these zip in? And no, I've found like more expensive ones, like Columbia ones, and even Target has, and even Walmart has the zip in and out fleece ones. So you can get them literally anywhere. That's how we got those. But then sometimes they don't have them yet. Oh, actually they do have them for this year. My husband went and got them. The nicer ones that, you know, for like when we're going out to dinner, and because they are playing outside in their everyday jackets, like at school and stuff, they get dirty. So we have the other ones that are separate for like work events, outings, whenever I want them to look a little bit more put together. I can't believe I've never heard of those. Okay. So then I do it kind of like their clothes. I make that sure that the snow pants, the boots, the gloves, the hat, the scarf, if they have a scarf, Derek doesn't like them. Bree likes them to look cute and match the jacket. And they have 1 pair of snow pants and 1 pair of snow, because I'm weird. Probably not because you're weird. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I make it so that their snow pants match, so that they have 1 full complete set, because I don't want to have to keep track of 3 pairs of snow pants per kid, or 3 pairs of gloves per kid, or all of the hats for the kids. They have 1 set and it works well, because I'm not overwhelmed by it. And I know that if they come home from school and their gloves are wet, I throw them in the dryer and they're ready in the morning, and I'm not like, oh crap, like these ones, they sat out and were wet and now they smell like mildew and now they're ruined. And now where are the other gloves? Like, it gets out of hand really quickly. So we have the 1 core set, not a corset like when you tie yourself up in. The 1 core set of snow gear, because I remember growing up where my mom let us all buy, we would go out and buy like snow gear, and she would be like, all right, pick out, like, these are on sale, like pick out which 2 or 3 pairs of snow pants that you want, 2 or 3 pairs of gloves, 2 or 3 hats. And all of a sudden everybody's stuff was missing. Everybody's stuff was mismatched, you know, halfway through the year, or maybe a month into the winter year. And I remember her just being really angry and frustrated and mad at us all the time for losing our stuff, when there was just too much to manage. Like, looking back, it was just too much to manage. And I just don't want that for my kids. Like, I don't want them to be like stressed out and feeling my stress because they can't find their gloves in the morning. So having the 1 set makes it so that they have to be responsible with it, and I have to be responsible with it, and I have to take care of it, and I have to keep track of it. And it's easy. Like, it seems like it might be harder, but it's easier. It's 100% million times easier. And I'm just remembering how it was as a kid, and having a big giant bucket full of like random gloves that didn't fit me, and didn't match, and my mom like yelling, like, I spent all this money on this stuff and you guys can't find it. And I was like, well, no, duh. Like, you basically taught us, like, you can have as many pairs of things as you want and leave it wherever you want, and it doesn't matter. And you can leave it wet and it doesn't matter because you have more, but you really have more because you can't find it. Okay. So anyway, I'm just like speaking out my childhood wounds, basically. Makes total sense. I'm so glad to have that idea to try this year. I hope it works for you, Savannah. I loathe my glove basket. Yeah, it's like a sock bucket. Nobody likes those. Nobody enjoys those. They just stress people the frick out. And Savannah, you should check out Gianna's Instagram stories, because her kids are always super cute, and it looks like they have like this wardrobe that's a million pieces large, but it's not. She's just really smart about the one set of things that she buys so that they can mix and match. That was my childhood life so far too. Yeah. And it's not fun. And when I had Brie at first, I was living that way, and I quickly was like, oh shit, sorry. Oh crap. I don't want to go down this road. Like, I don't want my kids to feel like I am mad at them because I'm giving them too much to manage. Okay. And I don't want to be hard on myself and down on myself because I'm giving myself too much to manage. Okay. One set is enough, and you can do it in a way that looks really cute. Like my kids, I think they look pretty cute in all of the things that they have, and we take care of it, and it's easy. I'm not angry at them or angry at myself. So that's the actual snowgear part. Things for like mid-season stuff. Like I said, I like the jackets that zip in and out because they can wear both layers at once. If it's windy, they can wear the outside that is like the shell, and it's like more of like a windbreaker for like the windy months, spring and fall. Or they can wear the fleece one, just the fleece one, which they like. My kids like how it looks. They feel like it just looks cool. They like how it looks. Or they can wear it together in the dead of winter when it's really cold. But then they also have hoodies. So my kids like hoodies. Brie likes zip-up hoodies. Derek likes the pullover hoodies. So I usually have them like one or two cute hoodies that they like. And I feel good about going and buying them and letting them pick them out and spending a little bit more on a really nice hoodie that has like the character things on the hood that they like to wear. Like my son likes Star Wars and Minecraft, so he likes the hoodies that have those characters on them. And then Brie usually likes just like zip up, like plain, like athletic ones. I just need to figure out how to get them neutral gloves instead of the bright unmatching colors they're going to want. Let them have the bright unmatching colors. Like you have to understand that they have their own style preferences too, and they want to feel good in what they're wearing, especially as they get older. And sometimes, and I was talking to Gianna about this last night, like sometimes you have to just kind of have to let it go. Like Brie wants the most rainbowy, looks like you threw up unicorns, everything on everything all the time. And while I don't like that, it's not my style. I don't want to be like bashing her for it. I don't want her to feel badly about wanting it. And I especially don't want to make her buy things and wear things that she's not comfortable in. I know you're going to say that. Yeah. Because I also remember that as a kid, my mom being like, my dad didn't do it very much, but my mom being like, I know you want that, but I'm not going to get that for you. And then I would have to wear these things that I felt stupid in and I didn't like it. And I know that sounds like such a first world thing, but my style is not Brie's style. Actually, as a kid, my style was very much similar to Brie's style. I wanted rainbow, everything like brightly colored, like neon, all these things. I don't like that anymore. But as a kid, that's all I wanted. I was like, just let me wear the crazy looking gloves. Like, who cares? And Gianna talks about that too. She talked about it in her Insta stories yesterday. I think it was in her Insta stories. It might've been me messaging her, but one of her daughters, she's like, I just can't with her. She wants like the fur boots and the snakeskin jacket. And I just have to let it be. Because why not? I mean, it's not hurting anything. Kaylee just dumped out all my tomatoes. Okay, so we do have like one or two really nice hoodies for the in-between mother, the fleece, the outer shell, and just one set because I don't want to, it's still there. It's up. I think she did it like midday. So you probably have like a few hours to go watch it. So I don't know if she saves hers into her highlights, but it should be still there because it was just yesterday that she did it. So yeah, that's it. You don't need a whole lot. It ends up making your life a lot harder, a lot more stressful, way less fun, way less high strung, just have fun. You don't have to have all that stuff. So key points, outside is the toy. Get them the things that enhance playing outside, that make playing outside more fun. Things like balls, trucks, jump ropes, hula hoops, bubbles, sports things. Understand that not everybody is a bike person or a Power Wheels person or a rollerblades person or a scooter person. You don't have to have all of the things. You only have to have the things that you guys actually like doing together. seasonal clothes. I have one basic core set, and then I have like the nice jacket for when we go out places, because it's easier and they're protected from the weather and I don't have to waste my money or be angry. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you're watching the replay, put it in the comments. Let me know what your questions are, because I like to go back and answer them. And I think that's it. I'll see you guys next time.